Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. I would really appreciate it, and I promise to update daily. If you love this watch, you can see it and you can purchase it on our website, thewatchbox.com. And I have to confess, I love this watch. Released in 2012 and quite rare, this is the Zenith El Primero Espada, an automatic high-beat El Primero escapement in a non-chronograph format. It is a handsome and compelling option in the three-hand date automatic stainless steel all-arounder class. On my 16cm circumference wrist, it is a good fit. The watch 40mm in diameter, fairly slim at 11.9mm thick. You can see a lot of that is the box section of the sapphire, so this one is safe for a dress cuff or a tight sleeve. Lug-to-lug, the watch is a very manageable 48mm. It features a pivoted end link to its bracelet, so it doesn't actually extend beyond the lugs, and the spacing between the lugs 20mm, so the watch takes a very standardized size. That said, the Zenith bracelet snuck up on me. It's sneaky good. First, you can look at the interlock of the links, which is particularly impressive. You can see how there's a little bit of a countersink so that the pivot sits inside each succeeding link, creating an almost seamless shoulder profile, even as the centers have plenty of gap to aerate the wrist on a hot day and avoid pinching skin or pulling hair. Plus, every individual link, take a look at that, every single link on both sides of the bracelet is removable for precise sizing, so you will get the perfect fit. I also appreciate the fact that full satin is used on the tops. It would be a bit garish in high polish, and I feel that satin is the finish of our times. So this watch has aged well, though conceived back in 2012. You have a double full deploying clasp, the handsome exterior profile featuring the Zenith logo and name, and a twin-trigger deploying system that keeps this one securely shut until you positively disengage from both sides. Jumping back to the case, you can see that it's very familiar to those of us who have seen recent years of Chronomaster production, as it's basically the same case profile in 40mm. A handsome, compound curved, full high polished case flank on both sides with a little bit of a tapered bevel, and then you can see satin finished lug hoods, but a very narrow and diminishing satin finish that flows into the bracelet. The crown simple Zenith star with a rather sharp knurling that makes it easy to grip, and you'll appreciate that Zenith used a box section sapphire here, a more expensive piece than a flat sapphire or even a domed sapphire, over a dial that is handsome and surprisingly nuanced. So let's work from the outside in. You can see there's a flange outboard for the 60-second register, and there's a handsome cyan blue varnished tip to the seconds hand. Moving inboard from the flange, there's a sort of fluted profile, much like a Rolex bezel, that runs underneath the applique diamond polished indices, which have a wonderful height above the dial, giving it a rich appearance. And then at the center, you can see that there is a black semi-gloss galvanized coating with a minimum of script. Zenith El Primero Espada and 36,000 vibrations per hour in a cyan to match the tip of the seconds hand. So the Espada is an old name, most commonly used back during the 1970s in Zenith watches, that was revived to describe a time-only El Primero, and that's exactly what we have here, a stripped-down dial center and a stripped-down take on Zenith's famous high-beat escapement. You can see the case back, which, by the way, is protected by a screw-down crown and 100-meter water resistance. Let's give ourselves a little bit less light. I feel like it's washing out the image. But you can see that the caliber itself is known as 4650B. Caliber 4650B is a 36,000 vibration per hour automatic with a 52-hour power reserve. And you can see it's beating away at 10 beats per second as an El Primero will, bidirectional automatic winding, 22 joules, and you can see a handsome array of engine-turned perlage across the bridge as well as the plates. You can see that there is a sort of limited Cote de Genève on the skeletonized winding mass, and then you have satin finish on the regulator for the balance, satin finish on the wheel, the reduction system of the winding mechanism, and you'll also appreciate that there are both polished and blued screws. Blued screws being used for adjustment and polished screws being used for assembly. So it's a good looking movement, and again with a 52-hour power reserve and a quick set date and a 36,000 vibration per hour beat rate and 100-meter water resistance, this is a full-featured timepiece that packs an awful lot of action into 40mm. A rare and exquisite modern Zenith. You can see it's an El Primero by the smooth sweep of the seconds hand, and you can hear it's an El Primero against the ear. See it and make it yours on the Watchbox. Zenith El Primero Espada by night.